and then pick the size drawing that we want to put it out on. So again, drawings similar to what we've always done before. You just grab the view that you want to drop out there, you drag it and drop, and then you place any views that you also need to have out there, like an isometric, a trimetric, or whatever view that you would need it to be. Just like in the assembly, if you were to right-click on this view here, notice that we do have the option to show it in an exploded state. So if you click Show an Explode State, it will automatically generate that explode state for you. Notice that it does actually show our sketch out there. We always have the ability to, again, hide those sketches. So if we say hide, sketch is now hidden, we don't have to worry about seeing that anymore. But one of the big things that we want to do here is obviously add that cut list. So by simply selecting that drawing view, we can go up to our inserts, go down to tables, and then define that we want to call out a weldment cut list. So we do have our table templates. Notice that I do have a cut list template there. We can define the configuration that we want to display, and then also how we're going to be doing our item numbering. So notice I'm starting at 1 and then just going by increments of 1. So if I hit OK, notice what that does is automatically brings out our cut list. Now this one's not very in-depth. Notice that we do have our item numbers, we do have quantities. However, at the moment, it's just bringing out descriptions and one individual length there.
John, is this available in 2012 only, or is it reflecting all the other?
This ability is actually available in all versions of SolidWorks. Anything even before 2012, you have the ability to generate that cut list for. So let's go ahead. Let me see if I can get a new cut list on here, or let's just add some more cut list stuff to this. So let's say we're going to create a weldment cut list. I'll pick that drawing view right there. So notice that we do have our standard weld table. We have our standard cut list right there. Notice that it is in with our weldment profile, so we have the ability to generate that info. Let's just see what the weld table looks like. So I'll drop this out here, and then what we'll do is actually add a new item to this cut list, just to show you how we can create our new, or create more properties to this. We'll go Insert, Column Right. And then by selecting a column, notice over here we can say we want to use a cut list item property, like length. We also have angles, units of measures. We have our bounding box information. We have our cutting length to the inner or the outer edge. We have our cutouts, bends, bend radius, all this information by default in SolidWorks. So if you needed any of that info, we could absolutely do that. What we can also do if I have this selected, let's go ahead and just jump back in here. I want to make sure that we have our cut list set up properly. Yep, so we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 items. That's good. And they are called out here. All right, so let's go ahead and do maybe a custom property. Let's go Insert, Column Right. And for this column, instead of doing a user-defined or anything like that, let's actually pull out, I was going to see if I could get like a part number in there. So there's our cut list item 1, cut list item 2, our gussets. It is pulling out lengths for the amount of square tube that we need to use. See if we can get some names out there, but it looks like we could just do our description. But we can see here that, again, having the ability to pull out our column properties, have it automatically pull in that information just by right-clicking and telling it to add it to the list there. Once we have that taken care of, again, what we also have the ability to do is come over here, go to our annotations, and just tell it to auto balloon. So by telling it to auto balloon, it will automatically generate those cut list items for us. Notice that it is not calling out those gussets because we do not have those basically as separate parts for it to call out at this point. They're not really added or included into our weldment cut list there at the moment. So I'll go ahead and hit OK on there. And then again, we have the ability to move these around or place them wherever we need them to go. So that would be the general overview of what's the what sheet metal and weldments can do as far as generating that cut list, generating those custom properties and all that information. What I'd like to do now is just open up the floor for any requests or any specific questions that we have or that you would have regarding weldments and sheet metal. Anything that you want me to go a little more in-depth about, we can always do that. So I'll go ahead and just bring up my chat window here, again, see if anybody has any questions.